What's up, everyone? It's Friday night, about 10:40. Just got back from the bar. We have a treat. We have a new putter grip to throw on my Bettinardi Queen Bee. Special treat about this grip though is I ordered it straight from SuperStroke. And when you order straight from SuperStroke, they allow free customizations. And you know, I had to get the Boston Found Golf Man logo. So this is my average grip. The last one I had was a Tor 1P Claw. Worked out pretty well, but I really want to step up in the size and just try to get a little bit of that wrist action out of it. So we're gonna see with the Flatso XL 2.0. I already run with the longer grips. This is the XL 1.0 Claw. So it's about a 13-inch. Typical grips are I think around 11, 12, depending on what it is, 11.75 inches. This is 13.75. So it's a little bit longer than my other grip, but I think it's actually gonna help out and just square up that wrist as I'm trying to, just drain my putt straight here. So we're gonna swap it on out and try to align this. Putter grips are different than your other grip. You wanna make sure that the front's on the front and everything's face balanced and, set up so when you're hitting those putts, your grip is the last thing that you have to worry about. So let's get into it. Putter grips are a little bit harder to do. I like to try and use the straight razor rather than the hook because they are thicker, so they're a little bit harder to get through. Just one of the things that I like to do myself. But people like hook blades, stuff like that, so whatever really is your preference. Wow. Took the tape off with it, huh? Wow, been on there for a little bit. Okay. I did end up getting a tool at a golf expo to help with these regripping since I do it myself. It's called the Straight Strip by Revival Golf. I've seen them on Instagram. They were at a convention that I went to in Foxborough and had to get it. When you do enough grips, anything to save your wrist, your fingers, anything arthritis driven, however old you may be. But essentially all this does, you throw it on. Typically you would need to heat up the grip, but since majority of it already came off, just got this one little section. We're just gonna show you how you squeeze. We are gonna hit it with a little bit of solvent to try to get the rest of the residue off here. Typically that's not what you would do with a regular grip, but when you have that extractor tool or the Straight Strip from Revival Golf, you just want to make sure that the shaft is fully clean from all that residue. Tape, per usual. When you get to these longer grips too, it's a little bit harder to gauge because the shaft itself tapers down to the head. A lot of these longer grips don't have as much of a taper because then you can't get over the top part of the shaft. So you have to make sure that when you're doing this, you have enough tape for that grip to grab onto all the way around, up and down the entire grip that you have, or else you may have a little bit of play, and that's really the last thing you'd like to have when you're doing your putting in any specs, When you are doing grips by yourself and it comes time to the putter, if you do not have a clamp, this is where everything comes down to precision, detail, personal specs, I guess, to some degree on how you get that grip on there. When you have a grip that's this long, 13 inches 75, there's a lot of twisting that can happen. You know, it does have play when you're putting it on, so if you're not paying attention as you're sliding it on, you can have twist, and your top hand may not be aligned with your bottom hand, which may not be aligned with the face, and you may have to adjust your putting to how your grip is sitting on your club. So this is the last thing we want to do, is have an issue like that come up. So we will make sure to put extra of the solvent in, and to give us enough time to play and make sure that we get that grip on correct. One other note, a lot of clubs have those stickers on them. They are put on pretty square to what that face is, if they are original stickers. So I don't want to say that's a key, but that is, I would consider it a cheat code to help you align and make sure that you're, if both are lined up in the center of the B, then most likely you should be on the face aligned, but you just should always double check, triple check, whatever works best for you. So let's see what I can do. Wow, that took everything to get that all the way on there, but I don't have the time to waste to talk about that anymore. I gotta make sure that I align this straight. I want to say we are pretty good. I think we got it. That was extremely hard to get that grip all the way down. I wish it wasn't, but that took a lot more force than I was hoping for. I think I got lucky with straightening out. With it being the flat so, the front side kind of just evened itself, and you know, once you get that club flat on the ground and the grip feels good on your hands, then kind of let it sit and set. But there you have it. Flatso 2.0 XL on the Bettinardi Queen B number 6. Out tomorrow on the course, Halifax, 12:40. Let's see how it works out. Catch you guys later.